think he's a monster, but he sure bent that rod. Ooh, he's fighting. Look at those head shakes. Oh my God. Oh, that's awesome. Dude, we just been wailing on him on the pinhead today. It's just working. We're up here on a shallow mud flat. Ton of little shad out here, and the trout are pouncing on it. See how big this guy is. Oh, nice fish. Nice. Another good fish on the pinhead right there. That one was all chrome pinhead. We'll get that hook out of that guy and get him revived and get him back in the water. Nice. Good deal. Another fish on the pinhead, on the chrome pinhead. I don't think that was a minute, guys. Maybe a minute. Might have been a minute. I mean, I just got it back out there, and oh, that's a nice fish. Oh my. Oh, buddy. That's a good fish. Holy moly. Gotta like it. Lead core, hybrid rig, pinhead, 8 feet deep. I'm sweeping it right across the bottom here, guys. They're feeding on small shad, and we are smoking them. There we go. Woo! Yes! Oh man, look at that rainbow. Dude, that's the presentation right there. Awesomeness. What a husky fish. That fish is all of 3 pounds. Let's get him back in, Wes. Howdy anglers, welcome back to the channel. I'm Kel Kellogg, and I have a couple really good viewer questions today from a friend of mine named Zach Hyatt. Zach is a longtime viewer of the channel, and I've also fished with this guy quite a bit on the saltwater. He has an 18-foot fish right, and both him and his wife have 12-foot long Hobie Pro Angler kayaks, and Zach is a trout fishing fool. You can almost always find him out on the water chasing trout if he's not out on the saltwater chasing halibut, lingcod, and salmon. So he had a couple of questions. I'm gonna actually handle these in 2 different videos. His first question was, how do spoons fit into your overall trout trolling strategy? That was question 1. That's going to be this video. And he also asked, what is the difference between plain finish spoons, hammered spoons, and how do you choose a hammered spoon over a plain finish spoon? We'll handle that in an upcoming video, but let's talk about spoons and let's talk about how they fit into your overall trolling strategy. So first things first, spoons. Spoons are very reminiscent of minnows in terms of the flash they put off and the vibration they put off when they're kicking back and forth. So trout in reservoirs, trout in lakes, trout that are exposed to minnows. It could be, tui chubs, threadfin shad, pond smelt, whatever. Trout that are conditioned to feed on bait fish will recognize a spoon as a potential prey item just by its shape, its flash, and the sound that it gives off in the water. So it feels, it checks a lot of the boxes that trout look for when they're feeding. Now, in terms of myself, I use spoons in 2 different ways. Sorry, I'm shaking the camera around a bit. First, I think they're a great search bait, okay? They imitate minnows. You can troll them quickly. It's something that the trout are fairly likely to hit. So as a result, you can go out first thing in the morning, you can troll fast, you can cover water, you can identify likely areas that are holding fish, you can identify, are the fish in open water, are they holding on structure, and you can quickly take their temperature. If they're hitting spoons, if they're grabbing spoons, those fish are willing to chase, and as a result, those fish are much easier to catch. That may change as the day goes on, and that bite may come and go throughout the day, but spoons, they allow you to cover a bunch of water, and they allow you to assess where the fish are holding and what the temperament of the fish likely is, okay? That's one use for a spoon. Second use for a spoon is matching the hatch, matching the bait fish that the trout are feeding on. Now, you may not always be able to get your hands on the bait fish that the trout are feeding on, but sometimes you will. Let me tell you a story. This happened last week. I've been on a great fly trolling bite in shallow water at the lake I'm guiding on. Cleaned some fish in the morning, and I found 2 small shad, about 1 inch long, not very big, very bright, very shiny, nice, healthy, small shad in the stomach of one of the trout that I cleaned. So, fast forward to the afternoon, I'm out with my partner, Wes. We're trolling flies. We're messing with a new camera. We're playing with the sonar. And we're catching a few fish. And I see some minnows jump out of the water. We had some chop, but they were right off the back corner of the boat. I saw minnows jump out of the water, small shad. And I was like, aha, there's fish down there feeding on the minnows. Now, I didn't know at that point if it was spotted bass or trout or both, but I wasted no time putting on a spoon since the bait was small. And I did want to troll fast. I reached for a pinhead, a chrome pinhead. I thought that was a pretty good match. We were trolling anywhere from about 2.5 to 2.7 miles an hour. So we were trolling too fast for something like a Trigger Junior or a micro trigger spoon. So I grabbed the pinhead, rigged up 2 rods with pinheads, and the bite was pretty much wide open because I was matching what those trout were feeding on. I was swinging that spoon or those spoons, a foot or 2 off the bottom in shallow water. The rainbows were patrolling. They were looking for shad. They were looking for small bait. That lure filled the bill, and it was fish on. We caught fish up to about, probably 3.5 pounds in maybe an hour's trolling before we went in for dinner. We caught 8 or 10 fish, as I recall, up to, again, about 3.5 pounds. So the 2 major ways that I use spoons. One is for a search bait, something I'm using to cover water. I'm searching for fish. I'm searching for areas that are holding fish. The other way I use them is to match the hatch. If I can identify what type of bait fish the trout are feeding on, I will try to match the speed, the coloration of those minnows, put that lure in front of the trout, and often as not, it's fish on because spoons are an outstanding bait fish imitation. Anyway, Zach, I hope that answers your first question. I hope that clears things up for the folks out there in YouTube land watching the channel. Hopefully that is going to make you more effective out on the water this spring, summer, and throughout your trout trolling career. I'm Kel Kellogg. If you're looking for spoons, you know where to go. FishHuntShoot.com. Thanks a lot, guys.